Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
इसके पहले क्यों आने वो नहीं कर रहा क्या?
Sir, you are muted.
No, I was audible. ये बच्चे लोग ऐसे हंस रहे हैं. Hi Jaslin and Aditya, last lecture में क्यों बीच में वेकेट कर लिया अपने आप को?
I did not.
Then I pushed you out. I think Jaslin went away early. Correct? कौन गया सर? मैं तो था. चलिए, let's quickly move on. What I was doing last class? That I know history only been doing, but what part of history? Nationalism. Hey, did I give any assignments? No. This one. This camera is not working. That's good. मैं अपना शक्ल नहीं दिखेगा. Let's take it. बोर्ड भी नहीं दिख रहा है. बोर्ड भी नहीं दिखेगा. Oh my God! Look how Anuj is worried for the property. क्या Anuj? Future. एक काम करेंगे. कौन है टॉल बॉय? You come. अरे तो आना यार. मुझे कुछ नहीं करना. You just get up on the bench. Get up on the bench. Pull that socket. Carefully. अभी again लगा. चल उसको. Carefully. Just wait. We are working on the camera. इतना भी काम तो अच्छा नहीं है. Earlier it was that. Did we call that Sanket and did we try? हो गया. Switched off. I knew it. These are like Indian transistor. पीछे से दो लात मार के देखा. You can see the board now.
Yes, sir.
In front of the board, I am standing.
Yes, sir.
Waiting. I didn't listen. Okay, so we are a little bit, I think, slow, but we will push up the speed today onwards. Okay, so from second gear to we'll directly jump into fifth gear. So I have already completed the unification of Germany and Italy with other batch. Shall I directly jump into the unification, which is a little bit of a mess? Hey, you are new today. नहीं देखा इसको. ठीक है. Come down to page number 14, everyone. Page number 14 of your volume. 1-4 man. 14 of your volume. There is Germany unification, and then we have Italy, and under Italy or Italy, whatever you pronounce, there are 3% we have to study. One is Otto von Bismarck. Did you see? That is under German. And then we have Giuseppe Mazzini, Count Camillo di Cova, and Giuseppe Garibaldi. Page number 14. 14 karunga. I'm going to leave. I will not leave a single full stop. Hey, are you finding it? Jaslin, did you find it? Straight away go to page number 14. The making of Germany and Italy. So put today's date, write the heading in your notebook. Unification of Germany. इधर से कोई absent है क्या? Open. जो भी है ठीक. She sat here. Okay, जो भी है कौन लड़की है. Good one. Write Germany unification. I'm going to give few lines on that. Then we will start explaining. Shall we? German unification of Germany. That's my duty to write. ये कौन लिखा इतना नीचे? मैडम कहाँ तो नहीं. Chair with देने का ना दोस्त. Chair रिलीज नहीं करता. Very bad. कौन आया भाई? Teacher. So underline this heading and start writing below. Unification of Germany. Germany. After 1848, experienced nationalistic.
14 or 40.
Wonderfully wrong answer. 1848. Yeah, my English pronunciation becomes so bad. एक तो अभी देखो अटका हुआ है दूसरा कुछ आएगा. 1848 experienced nationalistic. Experienced nationalistic sentiments. Experienced nationalistic sentiments across the nation. नहीं रे, ऐसे कैसे सही था? कुछ भी बोलता है। There I have to switch on the cameras.
Normal camera you have to change.
This is what I don't like it.
From the bottom arrow.
Now I'll switch cameras.
Sir, if that stock video, there is an error.
You only do it. Come here. Let me concentrate. Second point, right, everyone? Entire Europe. तुझे क्या है मेरे से पता ही नहीं सबसे आगे एक वो कर हाँ entire Europe was mobilizing, making use of, mobilizing new feelings of nationalism, and unity and integrity of oh my god, unity and integrity of the nation was given highest priority.
Really?
And integrity of the nation was given highest priority. Okay, now I am going to read personally so that the reading will also go quick, and then you guys also back to the topics. Correct? Priority, highest importance. Madam, वो सब नहीं है, वो मैं अपने ओन से दे रहा हूँ. Don't keep searching, right there. तो don't know the spelling, मेरे से पूछ लो. क्या लिखा है बोलो. नहीं मुंह से बोलो क्या वो क्या. Wait. हाँ, what is it? हाँ? You guys don't say. What is mobilizing? What is it? So लिखा क्यों? This year girls are all cartoon characters. Few girls. Except you may not be the head of the cartoon. Okay. No. Compliment. Thanks, Pulsi. Now come down to page number 14. अरे वैसे तो important दिया ना दोस्त, है ना? So there is Germany, and I am saying, can army be the architect of a nation? How do you understand by the word architect? Like we say, Muhammad Ali Jinnah created Pakistan. Can I call him as the architect of Pakistan? Yes. Because he was a person who wanted to separate away from India. So this question is wonderful. They are saying army can be the architect. I'm asking you now. You have to say yes or no. No. Why? Wait, let me put it to Jaslin. Hey Jaslin, why it is no? I know why no. या ऑनलाइनर्स को है ना ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस पूछने का. एक तो ऐसे भी बाहर गया. Samarth, you tell me, why cannot army be the architect? बोल यार, दिख रहा है. Unmute कर. हाँ.
Because they serve the country.
तो अच्छा है ना, तो आर्किटेक्ट बनेगा कि नहीं बनेगा? It will be more like a dictator government. You understand dictator government? India is celebrating 75th year, the coming year.
Yes.
Whereas Pakistan has got one day before India's independence. Can I say Pakistan is also going to celebrate 75 years?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know, I'm asking. Pakistan is celebrating only 37th year of independence. 37. बाकी किधर गए? Counting mistake. लोगों को mathematics नहीं आता. Majority time when India and Pakistan had a skirmish or a war, for 7 years or 9 years, it has been ruled by dictators, military leaders. So military leaders is not counted in democracy. So can a military be the architect? Jaslin,
No.
Can military be the architect? Huh?
No, sir.
Why? Again that why starts. अभी तो इतना explain किया. Okay, let's proceed now. After 1848, nationalism in Europe moved away from its underlying association with democracy. What is association? You can write the word connection. Nationalist sentiments were often mobilized by conservatives. Hey, who were conservatives in 9th standard? I will explain. एक मिनट, एक ही है 9th standard वाला. Anuj, tell me what is conservative. अच्छा, sorry. You're also. अरे पहले अनुज को पकड़ने देना. वो आज मुझे बहुत काम दे रहा है. ये बंद करो. बोल अनुज. Who are conservatives? Those who want slow change. Confirm. Why they want slow change?
Because they like this autocratic system.
They like the autocratic system. Good, yeah. मैंने explain किया. Then the liberal initiative to nation building was, however, underlined, repressed by monarchy and military. What is repressed? Second point of the heading, unification. Second point of the unification, whatever. तो वही तो जमा के साथ. अच्छा ठीक है. First point से. As you have seen, nationalist feelings were widespread among middle class Germans in 1848. Tried to unite the underlying different regions of German Confederation. I think this word doesn't imply to Asian countries. What is the meaning of the word confederation? Confederation. Many small nations put together to become one confederation. Can I call Russia was a confederation? Maybe. Russia was not totally. Half the countries were in Asia and half were in Europe. Okay, so confederation, many countries under one banner. Banner will be whom? Either a dictator or a monarch, the big empire, right? We have the Habsburg Empire. To unite different regions of the into underline nation state governed by elected parliament. Now, even today, you go to Germany. This Frankfurt is a very, very important place. In fact, Frankfurt is the capital of Germany. So they adopted a parliament in Frankfurt saying that democracy will solve the problem of the which people? German people. But the Frankfurt parliament was a short-lived parliament. How do you explain the word short-lived? It didn't continue for a long time. Any idea why? Are you guys on the same page what I'm saying? Understanding? Frankfurt parliament was short-lived. Explain. ये क्वेश्चन आता है बोर्ड में. Come on, tell me. It was democratic ना. उसलिए तो parliament बोल रहा हूँ. फिर कहाँ से democratic? One, the main problem of the people was unemployment. Correct? The second problem the Germans were facing during those days was unemployment के साथ connected है. What is that? We call it as poverty. This Frankfurt Parliament could not find solution to these two problems. Do you think then the people will believe in democracy? No. So it was a short-lived parliament. You can copy down this exactly in your notebook. Frankfurt Parliament short-lived. Why? So this is answer. Unemployment and poverty was unable to be tackled. Was unable to reduce. Unable to tackle. Was unable to tackle. By which parliament? Frankfurt. So that's why it was a short-lived parliament, collapsed. Okay, now I'm reading the second point now. The liberal initiative to nation building was, open bracket, repressed by combined forces of monarchy and military. What is the other word for repressed? Do you understand what is suppress? What is it? Controlling. She's smiling. Underline that word controlling. And which two forces were breaking the forces of nationalism? One was monarchy, another was army. They were working together to bring German under one rule or under different rule? Under different rule. They don't want German come again. Is it? And suppose supported by underline large landowners. And they will ask you who are junkers. Underline. Large landowners. You want me to give? Because एक ही word दिया है. So write down the word in your notebook, junkers. They will ask you, what do you mean by junkers? Write down, I'm giving. Refers to spelling issue है. Junkers, write down. Jaslin, don't talk there. Who is who coming to my lecture? Mummy, Papa. Pakdo उनको. Junkers refers to large landlords and landowners. Refers to large landlords and landowners. Hyphen wealthy enough. Wealthy. W-E, wealthy enough to support the combined forces of monarch and what is the other force? Combined forces of monarch and military. Wealthy enough to
combined forces of
military and monarch. It's taking
you told the word on that.
हाँ तो जितना बार पूछेगा नया नया इंग्लिश वर्ड आते जाएगा चुप-चाप लिखो. That's the fun of my dictation. Monarch and military to suppress the nationalistic movement. I don't have anything to point out. Junkers are the please Anuj. ये 9th में मुझे बहुत support करता था. Good job चलो. हाँ.
Junkers refers to large landlords. Junkers refers to large landlords and landowners wealthy enough to support the combined forces.
Wealthy enough to support the combined forces of military and monarch to suppress the nationalistic movement. तो दे दे तेरा बुक की दे. एक मिनट. Wait. Movements. ये जाएगी भी नहीं. जर्मन का टिकट महंगा है. अरे फिर तो उधर तक क्यों चला, इधर ही रहना इंडिया में. You guys understood? The online people have written. Why Aditya was in and
Yes,
out?
sir.
Any problem with your net, man?
So there were some network issues.
I can understand. You say something today, I can hear tomorrow only. What kind of network is? Look at Jaslin. मैं अभी पूछता हूँ तुरंत ना बोल. मतलब network is good. And Samar तो बेचारा सोचता है, बोलता है hang हो रहा है network. है ना Samar?
No, sir.
देख no for जल्दी आता है. Yes बोलने के लिए टाइम लगता है. ठीक है, let's proceed now. From then, Prussia took the leadership of the movement. Underline that word Prussia. Its chief minister. How do you pronounce? I always every time say Otto I. Mumbai wala Otto. तो ऐसा pronounce करो. Otto I Bismarck. Correct? Who was he? He was the architect. Underline that word architect. And he helped the Prussian army and bureaucracy. What is the other word for bureaucracy? Can we say ministers today? So please write ministers. Bureaucracy के बाजू में. Anuj, write down. Hey, your Hawa is going to him also. He is also in the dreamland today. 3 wars over 7 years. Underline that. In fact, इसको लोग 7 years war बोलते हैं. Between whom and whom? Austria, Denmark, and France. Underline. Ended in Prussian victory. Now again he'll ask me wait. Page number 41, last line. 41 नहीं 14. हाँ जी.
Russia is not even there in the war.
अरे इधर है ना, ended in Prussia victory.
Sir, with Austria, Denmark, and France.
They were one force.
Russia alone.
अरे he will change the world history. एक मिनट में बस बता. Today something has happened. I think geography ma'am had confused you guys, or you are in that confused state of mind. Yeah, please write that heading in your notebook. 7 years war. अभी मैं इसको तेरा doubt clear करता हूँ. Write down everyone 7 years war.
What is Prussia?
Prussia is a country which is major part of Germany. आज का जो present Germany उस टाइम पर Prussia था. Not exact, but major part of Germany was Prussia. Actually एक बड़ा वीडियो है, मैं वो प्ले करेगा, but you are all in that doomsday model today. मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, ये समझ रहा नहीं है. I don't want to play that video. अगर वो करेगा तो फिर भूल ही जाएगा. क्या ऐसे? No, play. Write down. Right, everyone write down 7 years war. fought between Prussia on one side. ओए my dear friend, तेरे लिए बोल रहा हूँ. ये क्या है? वो तीनों कंट्री के बीच में अपने अपने ही लड़े हुए. हाँ. Prussia on one side and Austria, Denmark and France on other side. Prussia on one side and Austria, Denmark, France on the other side. समझ में आया? 3 countries won. Second point, Prussia defeated the other opponent. Prussia defeated their opponent, which completed the unification process. Which completed the unification process of a new nation state. Now what's that? Germany. Which completed the unification process of a new nation state, Germany. Process of a new nation state, Germany. Because the war was fought on, look, the line is there, 3 wars, but the time period was 7. So that's why they are popularly known as 7 years war. Correct? Then again I'm pulling you back to the page number 14. मैं जितना इधर बहुत portion को आगे बढ़ाने का आया, इधर सब कुछ उल्टा ही चल रहा है. क्या हो गया? The geography lecture, any ma'am have taught some seriously difficult topic? No. So what happened? You are all in a, or you are not in a mood to study? Hey, you guys are understanding what I'm saying today?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying?
Unification of Germany and Italy.
Oh, wonderful. How about Aditya?
Sorry, sir.
Yes, sorry, my time there. Jaslin?
Yes, sir.
Who is the important person? In fact, who is the architect of this country's unification? Yes, ma'am.
Otto von Bismarck.
Otto von Bismarck. Who was he?
No, architect.
He was the chief minister of a country or a kingdom called Prussia. Prussia. एक काम करो, वो भी लिखो. Otto von Bismarck. तुम लोग पास लिखाने का ही काम है. No, लिख अभी. तू नहीं पूछा ये डाउट. नहीं, अभी लिख. Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck, the chief architect of Germany's unification. Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck hyphen the main architect of Germany's unification. The main architect
What happened? The lecture get disconnected.
German unification only. Jocelyn, there is some. Yeah. Did you understand unification of Germany? Good. ये किसके स्कूल में आती है? Anybody you have school friends here? Nobody. Which school are you from?
APJ.
What is that? Good to be.
APJ.
अच्छा, APJ way.
Nerul.
Nobody. Come on. Which chapter it is going on in your school then? मैं उससे बात करूँ ना, आप लोग अपना काम करो. All put a years and answer. Civics. Which chapter?
The first one, power sharing.
Completed. I'm going to ask the question. Next chapter में civics से जाने वाला. हो गया ना? Done. I know school people will finish on 2 lectures.
But sir, we didn't start history ka chapter.
This one.
We didn't start history. We have started chapter.
Okay. Not this one.
No.
Nationalism in India they start. Achha.
And second chapter start.
No problem. Hey, come on, everyone, read from the volume and read from the notes. Unification. Again, I'm going to explain since there was a power failure. And try to understand this part of the history very carefully, because German unification, surely at least 2 questions will be there. Don't ask me which question, based on the topic. And then Italy will be one and Great Britain. So today I am planning to finish all the unification at one class. Hopefully ho jana chahiye. Kya ho jaye. I am not worried about the socket of the ice. I have seen much bigger than this. Lorry headlight. ये तो ऑटो का headlight. Again, अरे फिर वो कौन है यार? I'm not your अरे. फिर से pull your ears tightly. Hey, I'm reading it very slowly. Everyone just listen and try to compare it with what the notes have given. I'm reading it again from Unification of Germany. The liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined, repressed, controlled, correct, of monarchy and military supported by large landowners. Who are they? Junkers. Did you write Junkers in your notebook? Everyone, online people?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Its chief minister was Otto von Bismarck. Underline the word architect that you have already done. 3 wars were 7 years with Austria, Denmark, and France ended in Prussian victory. अभी समझा? समझा? ये suddenly बोला Prussia उसमें है ही नहीं. फिर कहाँ से victory आया? Completed the process of unification. German-speaking areas were given to Germany. After which war? 7-year war. Is it okay? Look at the next line. In Jan 1871, Prussian King William I. Who is that William? Kaisa William only. Correct?
Is there a name for this? The 7-year war? It is called 7-year war.
Because it was period of that. Popularly fought. And proclaimed the German. On the bitterly cold morning, 18th Jan 1871, an assembly comprising of princes, of the German state. Why they are saying the word princes? If I tell you, German in those days were divided into a great German, something like this. I'll show it in the map, and a smaller German. So this is nothing but the Prussian army, the Prussian kingdom, and this was known as German states. You understand German states, which was smaller in size as compared to the Greater German. Greater German, majority area of which kingdom? The Prussian kingdom. Is it okay? That is what they are saying. And then Otto and Bismarck gathered in a hun-heated hall of mirrors in the Palace of Versailles to proclaim the new German Empire headed by Kaiser William I. Is it okay? Why they are using the word bitterly cold morning and unheated hall? If you have traveled to European countries, every country during the time of winter, they have this heater facility all over the malls generally. घर में भी रहता, but घर में उतना नहीं रहता. But if you enter into a mall or a hall, their heating capacity is too good. I remember outside was -7 degrees, but when I entered into certain malls, when I was going there, I could see the temperatures was 23 degrees inside the mall. And 23 outside -7 means you feel very hot. Suddenly हम लोग अपना jumpers वो सब निकाल लेते हैं, बहुत गर्म है. So despite the hall was not heated, but so many people gathered. What does it show? एक लड़का दूसरा ब्रांच का, वो electricity failure इधर जैसा. Dedication. People wanted to see how the nationalistic government forming of which people? German people. I don't know how many of you have gone for your 15th August or 26th, maybe not now, maybe 2 years have gone with the corona all trouble. But we remember during our school days, when we were there on 26th Jan, generally Jan is not very hot, a bit of cold, correct? Exactly during the national anthem, half the people will have this fainting trouble. एक लड़की ऐसे ऐसा करेगी, फिर वो एनसीसी मैडम आएगी, है ना? अरे 5 मिनट सीधा रुकने के लिए नहीं होगा. हाँ, नेशनल एंथम के लिए सीरियसली. एंड फिर वो मैडम भी लेके जाएगी, कैसा क्या हो गया बेटा, बेटा वो क्या है? अरे बाबा तू रुकना 2 मिनट. किस बात के लिए? पॉइजनस गैस रिलीज होगा. Correct. So why I'm saying, look at the dedication of the German people. Although the hall was unheated, but how was the morning? It was bitterly cold. Can we imagine India में अगर हम लोग सब bitterly cold है, सब आ जाओ, बोलेगा दूसरा काम नहीं, तू जा, मैं नहीं आता. It's like we are saying 26 Jan you should come here. I think UT, I remember not now, some earlier I used to be working, UT never cancels any lectures whether it is 26th or 15th. Why क्या why? Lecture रखा तो हमको आना पड़ेगा. And like you guys, the children will be asking, sir, today it is Independence Day. मैं बोला Happy Independence Day. क्यों sir Independence Day? मैंने बोला मैं किस एंगल से ब्रिटिश दिखता हूँ क्या? नहीं सर. फिर मुझे भी तो इंडिपेंडेंस डे. हाँ सर, फिर दोनों जाते हैं सर, चलो. मतलब no more going sit here because private institution should not work. But sir कभी cancel नहीं करता. That is a good gesture. तो मैंने उनको बोला at least on this occasion we are meeting. क्या sir, आज तो घर में बैठना था. Then I told some of the online batches, I think he remembers it. 15th August and 26th Jan, everyone should switch on the TV. क्या सर, मोदी 7:30 बजे फ्लैग चढ़ाता है, हमको तो 9 बजे से पहले आंख नहीं खुले. मैं बोला मोदी को बोलो, हाँ सर बोलो सर 10 बजे स्टार्ट करने के लिए, तब तक मैं उठ जाए. हाँ, are you understanding? At least on they get up early morning. नहीं सर, वो हाईलाइट में रात को दिखाते. He or she will never say. So this is the dedication. So despite it was severely cold, every people were present to watch the new German government or the new country called Germany taking shape. Okay, that is what. The new state placed a strong emphasis on, underline, modernizing the currency, banking, legal and judicial systems. Now what is the meaning of the word modernizing the currency? The German currency was not having a good value during those days. I mean, now we have euro all over the European, but before to that euro, we used to mark a currency called this. We used to say German mark. So ऐसा लिखा रहेगा gem. But now we have all over the Europe, we start using euro. But पहले German था. In those days, might be different currency, but it was not widely accepted. And what else they did do? Banking, legal and judicial systems. Prussian measures and practices, underline, became a model for the rest of the Germany. From Prussia only what is coming out? Germany is coming out. So whatever the Prussian king or the monarch, who was he? Kaiser William I. I know. Kaiser William I was taking, it was copied by which kingdom? The German kingdom. Is it okay? Now again I'm asking you to read silently. Please read it. Because every year doubt solving, I get majority of the students for these topics only.
Sir,
Only the German unification. Frederick's audio, anyone have a doubt? I made it very, very clear. The painting, and what all the points you have to write, correct? That also a little bit of a jumpers for many of my students. So painting. Frederick's audio, the first, you were absent on that day. Why? Oh, enough. Why were you absent?
the principal हमने बनाया.
Okay. Audio recording will be sent to them. Hey, I think we have got video recording. You just check on that day. Please check, both of you. And still you have a query, you can. ठीक है, अभी पढ़ो. Out of the three who was absent in my first lecture, others will not listen. Either online. Everyone was present. So you understood Frederick's audio.
Yes, sir.
Frederick's audio's painting.
Yes,
I made you to write also.
Yes,
Am I-
sir.
Good, good. Jaslin, समझा?
yes,
क्या
sir.
समझा? क्या समझा?
Sir, Frederick Sawyer's painting.
What did he explain?
The people marching.
Painting was wonderful and good. Wait, I wait for the test marks of many students. Shall we get into Italy now? Did you read it? Everyone from here? Okay. Now, likewise, Germany, Italy was not a big kingdom. But then we have 7 provinces of Italian kingdom. But only one province was very big. They have given the name. It is called Sardinia Piedmont. How do you pronounce? That was the biggest province out of the 7, which was ruled by Italian monarch. But the other princes were not Italian origin. Do you think they will allow the unification then? They will not. And one, there was no Italian common language. So that also is a major drawback. Let's see. Italy too had a long history of underlying political fragmentation. Okay, what is fragmentation? Broken into many pieces. Fragmentation broken into many pieces. You keep doing all this, then you ask me who was that fellow. I will put your name in my history. Well, Italians were scattered over, underlined, several dynastic states. And circle the word Habsburg Empire. And what is that word? Multinational. Under the Habsburg Empire, many citizens were there. I mean, like in India, we have citizens from Africa, jo nahi hai. Citizens from America, wo bhi nahi. If every citizens are inside India, can we form one India, be one? Where is the American gone? Where is African come from? So all the Italian speaking were not under one head. Samajh mein aaya? And there were many nationals under one. So it was a real challenge. Second point. During the middle of the 19th century, underline, Italy was divided into how many states? 7. Of which only, circle that word. How do you pronounce that word, everyone? Piedmont. Come again. And the online people, come on, tell me the name of the kingdom.
Sardinia, Piedmont.
Once again, just
Sardinia, Piedmont.
Piedmont. What was the speciality of that province? It was the only province ruled by a which monarch? Italian monarch. Underline that also. The only ruled by a Italian princely house. The north was under, underline, Austria. The center was under Pope, and southern was under the Bourbon king. I'm again reading, make it very clear. North was in Austrian Empire. The Pope ruled the central part of Italy, and southern was ruled by Bourbon kings. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Next slide. Even the Italian languages had underlined not acquired one common fact. Today I say India, everyone can speak Hindi.
Yes, sir.
But then the Dravidians will jump up. Hindi is a foreign language. They don't like. That's why they hate Modi. Because वो हिंदी में बात करते हैं. South, especially Tamil Nadu, the wonderful state where I'm coming from. अभी क्या करें? मैं born and brought up इधर है. So we always believe this language has to be a unifying factor. But South के लिए थोड़ा सा हिले हुए रहते हैं. You speak with the auto. वही मैं भी बोलता हूँ, but मेरा बात सुनते नहीं लोग. मैं उनको Dravidian culture बहुत बड़ा दिखता है. रहने दे, but learn कर ले, नहीं करेंगे. क्यों नहीं करेंगे? नहीं कर रहे. I have fight with so many of my cousins. वो एक कजिन तो मेरे से बात करना ही बंद कर दिया. तू जब तक हिंदी के बारे में बोलेगा हम तेरे से बात. अरे मैंने किधर बोला इंट्रोड्यूस कर. In fact, you go to some part of the south like Coimbatore, have you heard? It is written in English and it is written in Tamil. हिंदी को लोग ने black paint मार के रखा है. As if they are treating Hindi as the alien language. अभी भी वही चलता है. Because we have like जैसा महाराष्ट्र में लोग, मेरा कजिन क्या बोलता है, महाराष्ट्र में मराठी को इम्पोर्टेंस देता है ना, मतलब हाँ देता है, तो तमिलनाडु में तमिल को, मतलब अगर हर स्टेट अगर ऐसा करेगा तो कौन तो हिंदी बात करेगा? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So here Italian people was not having one common language. All 7 states were speaking different language. So can we unite the Italians under one? बोलेगा word. So the king or the Sardinia Piedmont has to do something. Do something to what? To unite only the Italian. I mean, I think best way in India, I think ये बहुत successful है. You see, go to South India, especially my town, they don't know what is Hindi, but they will watch the Hindi movie. Seriously. And फिर शाहरुख का या कोई तो एक मूवी पकड़ लेगा, फिर मेरे से फोन करेगा, अरे मूवी फैंटास्टिक था, बट कुछ समझा नहीं. मतलब तो लर्न कर. Correct है ना? And they will sing the song also. Imagine what is he singing, then जो भी सिंगर था बेचारा हाथ में पे करेगा. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इनको हिंदी सिखाने का पॉपुलर एक्टर्स को उधर भेज दो. उसको देख के वैसे हिंदी सीख लेगा बस. So here Italian king ने क्या किया, we do not know. She is very happy. You are going there. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let us get into the next one. Even the Italian languages had not acquired underline one common form, still had many underline regional and local variations. Variations के बारे में क्या लिखना है? You write this word dialect. You know what is the meaning of the word dialect? Sub languages of the Italian, but not one language. Dialects. I am allowing you to please look at that Italy and tell me any point you want me to explain. Both the online and offline students.
What is dialects?
What is it? Dialect, sub languages. Jैसे we have Marathi, we have a Konkani. Have you heard Konkani?
Yes.
It is typical like Marathi, but it is not Marathi. Any point, please ask me. Both the questions are very important. I'll proceed now. Okay. Now we have 2 persons coming now under Italian unification. One is Mazzini, and other is the person called Count Camillo di Cova. How do you pronounce his name? ये मेरा ही pronunciation है. आपका टीचर क्या करता है मुझे मालूम नहीं. ठीक है. During 1830s, underline Giuseppe Mazzini put together, underline a very important word, coherent program. How do you write the word coherent? Not the spelling. You write elaborate. An elaborate program. For what? Unity of Italian. Now I'll explain very simple. What does this coherent program means? Now yesterday there was a meeting of Mr. Prime Minister with the chief ministers. I was in my lectures. I could after 9:30 only I could watch the news. The meeting was for COVID. Anna, some cases are, I don't know whether it is true or not. But then Mr. Prime Minister was pulling all the chief minister to reduce the VAT of petrol. You understood what I'm saying? जब अभी पेट्रोल के लिए बात करें तो कोई चीफ मिनिस्टर आएगा भी नहीं, स्पेशली दैट कोलकाता लेडी कॉल्ड व्हाट्स हर नेम, ममता. आई थिंक yesterday also she was missing. बोलते मेरे पास टाइम नहीं, सीधा प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ही बोलते. And there was a big comedy. मतलब Mr. Prime Minister is there online and that CM is there. Last year ही हुआ था. And उन्होंने एक कोलकाता में हॉस्पिटल ओपन करने का. Out of 800, I'm not sure, 832 crores. I'm very clearly remember. 600 crores was given by the central government and hardly kuch crores state government India. And exact at the time, Mr. Prime Minister is taking that button, there's a remote, and he's trying to unfold. You know what is that CM saying? Sorry sir, this hospital is open 1 year before. Prime Minister को online में बोल रही है. Understood the मेरा comedy? मतलब Prime Minister and the Chief Minister of West Bengal is in a meeting, Zoom-like meeting, where Prime Minister is going to start the hospital first day. वो बोलते हैं ना online में भी आजकल opening होता है. When Mr. Prime Minister took the remote to switch on that, unfold that one, she told, "Don't worry, sir. This hospital is open 1 year before me." Direct kachra of Prime Minister. And you have to look at the face of Mr. Prime Minister. You see, बेचारा टेंशन में था क्या करेगा. And she said, "Oh, what has happened last year? Corona. There's too many cases." वो ऐसे कुछ बंगाली में बात करती है. So we opened early. अरे तो open early तो पहले ही बोलना कि सबके सामने. हाँ? So this is the audacity of that lady. In fact, I don't know, these two gentlemen, not gentlemen, one gentleman and the lady, they fight like anything. But if I have read certain books, they say every year Raksha Bandhan, this lady sends a Rakhi to Mr. Prime Minister. And Mr. Prime Minister also without fail sent the gift back to the Behna, Bengali Behna. फिर जो स्टेज में दोनों सामने आता है, seriously, you don't know. यहाँ से मिस्टर प्राइम मिनिस्टर सिंह ओ दीदी और वो ऐसा बोल रहे हैं मोदी गोडी जोड़ी वो कुछ भी वो बोलते हैं. Means they are bitter enemy. Is it? I remember you guys watched the WWE. Is it something? Somebody watch it. Please don't watch it. मैंने सुना है उसमें स्क्रिप्ट लिखा रहता है. स्क्रिप्ट. अभी आप लोग ही सुनो. There are two fighters, wrestlers. One fighter is hitting you for the next 15 minutes. And then he gets up, he hits him for the next 7 minutes. ये कौन सा fighting हुआ? Have you seen any boxing matches like this? One boxer and another boxer hitting each other. तू 5 मिनट hit करा, फिर मैं 5 मिनट hit करें. After the boxing match is over, you might have seen they are fighting with each other or anything. But इधर wrestling match होने के बाद they are all hand in glove. सब बिंदास जाते हैं. So we always believe this Italian unification has a direct bearing to the German. Why? Because they were inspired by that. I will read only one point and then I will leave now. 10 minutes break I will take you. Look at that one. Count Camillo the cover. Please put a short note. Read this entire one and let us get into page number 16. Put a star mark to Garibaldi also. And then go down to the page number 22, NCERT questions. You are going to write this in your notebook, short note on Mazzini. Take page number 22 of the volume, first one. Short answers, first one, and the second one as well. ये भी हम लोग ने कर लिया, Greek War of Independence. Take it. रुको तो सही, मैं आगे जाना चाहती हूँ. And write a short note on Frankfurt Parliament. 1, 2, and 3. Then count Camillo the cover, leave it. Then come down to long answers. Let me see any questions we have touched. Take minute. Kyon? I come once in a week only. I'm a Thursday special to you all guys. Okay, 3 questions. Look at this picture. This picture is very popular with the board people. Germania. I want you guys to read this and come. When I am meeting you next time, you guys have to explain me what is the picture saying. On one hand, she's having a sword. On other hand, she's having the leaves, the oak leaves are. What is she doing? Okay, so there are altogether 4 questions you have to do. One is that picture, and other is the theory question. Okay. So if anybody have not done it, that 3 questions, I have pushed my 9th standard students out of my class. Unless and until they don't complete, I will not allow them to come in.
Is that the explanation of the picture?
Yes, no need. That is the same. Only 3 answers you have to write. Okay. Thank you. And take care of you. Hopefully, we meet in the next day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Just switch off.
That's what you- yeah,